Hello and welcome to Geekatplay Studio Tutorials. In this tutorial, we'll work on photorealistic compositing, but we'll using in somewhat fantasy world. Let's open our model and we'll use the camera raw. This image was shot on a Canon Mark III, so we also can look on some options. And for the example of this tutorial, we'll be going using 8-bit image. If you need it, you can always click on options and switch to high resolution 16-bit on the color. That will prevent from some gradients have it ranging going inside. So how I say, but we will going to use 8-bit for the purpose of this tutorial. Let's go ahead and start changing a little bit, adjusting this raw file, preparing for image what I want to use it. First off, I'm going to enable to remove some chromatic abbreviation, even it was shot on a good camera with good lenses. But if we come closer, you can notice right here we can have a little bit color discoloration, and this is kind of okay, but right here sometimes on the side you may have purple and reddish kind of slightly off. So by doing this, we're removing those abbreviations, so it will become a little bit nicer look. Okay. Next, let's go a little bit up to the face. And what I want to do is increase a little bit sharpness. In some cases, people maybe like to do this as a last step. For me, I like to do this almost on the beginning. On this case, I can remove some other artifacts of compression that may be provided by sharpness. So we'll go inside our sharpness menu, and it's very safe if you work somewhere between 50 and maybe 90 in this area. So I'll pull up 70. Let me actually come closer, and I can see small artifacts right here in a dark area, so we'll take details slightly down, bring noise reduction on luminosity. You can see we'll bring just slightly up, so reducing. I will going after like painting effect or kind of more surrealistic fantasy. So for me, it's okay to lose some of the details. I'll bring it back in. Okay, let's go next. I want to actually let's go zoom out right here a little bit, and I'm looking on some shadows, so we'll bring more details. The black will have some effect. Look a little bit too flat, so we're going inside our working on the basic settings and work with highlights and shadows. So I want to take my highlights, bring them down, mostly just bring these hot areas a little bit more flattened. In some cases, like this image, I don't necessarily know how the light will going in my background set. So to match, I want prepare model to be a more neutral with a lighting going. So afterwards I can add highlights and shadows inside the Photoshop, and by that I can adjust from which direction lighting going. So right now I need kind of create a little bit flat look, but same time keep a dimension in, and it's kind of balancing between our highlight shadows, and we're also between grayscale and luminosity, so we'll kind of going back and forth between those. Okay, so we'll take highlights, let's bring them down. We'll take shadows and bringing up. You notice how it will start bringing more details in a close. Problem with this, if we do too much, we'll start having introducing this noise, color noise inside. So be careful with this, and we'll just bring maybe safely about 37. I see this is look kind of okay right there. Okay, next let's go inside our HSL grayscale. We'll bring closer to kind of her face. This is mostly what I want to do, and by manipulating red and oranges we can bring a little bit more highlights in some different and define a little bit better in her skin. So let's go ahead right here. You can kind of add, and you can see we just bring a little bit more, same like with orange. In some cases darker maybe look better, but I will bring just slightly up to bring highlight her skin. Okay, just add some effect. We have it also bare right there, so we can see we can add a little bit more texture kind of to the bear in this case. The rest is very neutral, so we leave it like this. Let's go in our curves. I just want to see without, right here you can see we start losing details. We don't want to go, we go a little bit actually flatten this way. So just a little bit take down some of those highlights and shadows, but keep it definitions on the middle range kind of intact. So in this case, I think when we start working with the dodge and burn, we can bring much nicer this effect. Okay, I think we're good right here, and I'm going open as an image. If you prefer, you can always open as a copy, or you can open as an object. It's if you press Shift key, it will be open object. Alt Option, you can open as a copy. So for this purpose, I'll open as an image. I do this for several reasons. One, I can always go back to filter, and I can go to open in camera raw. Next, before I finish with this is a maximum resolution, maximum size. So I want increase in size without losing some introducing blurring. So this is my maximum size. However, when I'm done working on this image and I want apply to other stage, I will convert to smart object. As soon when I start resizing, I want to convert to smart object. Okay, so right here we have our image imported. The first step I want to do it is mask out, and I'll do this by copying our layer. So you can press Ctrl J, so we'll copy, and this will be our main mask. I like to save one on a background, because in case when we start masking and for some reason you introduce mask but forgot to remove some small pieces, you maybe want to come back and preview. So in this case you can reference lower image. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll start masking in next tutorial.